to say?
Yeah, new speaker.
You are fine.
Adomara coming your opinion. Now, sir.
Eradi Adam. Look, so what to say?
I Yankopon Kwemo, you go so I hear you are there, Maganda School for.
I see. Who you do, my dear Maganda School? Nana Manko, Tnasadati interview. Dennis, I'm told so you're president elect for the National Union of Ghana Students.
Yes, sir.
Right? I see. At the end of the year, during elections, you know.
Me that's be they can be in classroom ko be kwa ma no producer na mada Ghana School for say me go so dance for the overwhelming endorsement that was given to me over the weekend. I think sir, it was a clear indication of where we've come to as a people with our democratic tenant. Over the weekend, the elections of the National Union of Ghana started or Kessben. Started around the hours of 12. Initially in the morning, we had various meetings, aspirants meeting with the EC, with security, grievances of every aspirant, a bar to bear. The abatement survey, they say make a compromise, they make a compromise. Then together we moved on into an election. All three presidential aspirants and as a candidate moved into the election hoping to win. Everybody was there.
I know I'm a tree of them kakra.
Juma obi a yedi obetimi obi a gada nipa obi a ni nipa kasa. And I did say me they meet me. Last year me contested speaker.
Okay.
So I was doing a comeback. I lost last year, then I came back. I feel so.
University Ben now call you.
Me first go University of Cape Coast. Now me SRC president. And I'm me LLB or Kings. But see I'm here. Master in Entrepreneurship and Corporate Strategy or Methodist University College.
Okay.
In the about 4-5 p.m. And a candidate back because were pulled out. Apparently he wasn't comfortable with the same variables near the start elections. About 5 near to man about 5 no. Or so okay. Meanwhile, this was the same candidate or requested say instead of one polling agent now every year and this year people 2. And I was granted. In the about 5 who pulled out of election. I said me I may contest him about the and Camille. We went on, worked hard and won the election with a landslide victory. 824 votes as against 197. Speaker and Ben Humpo.
Imagine this.
Or share the EC declaration which was live on Facebook and a joy. My sister station joy so peke. And you about 5 or so pull out about 6. Nigu so to Ibon say oh my god that nipa be the cameras is almost so declare who as winners of the elections. But we have a history like that where elections here and 2 years could make us myself and the team now you're perturbed that much until we realized that flyers were out. Me 1 year that's what so to about 6:37 EC closed the polls officially and set it up security cameras and everything to count the polls. Or county ballot or county way or your press conference and make your official declaration which would make it legal. And in it Nanyakopon Chad my winning elections, with about 78% margin. For me as a person, I have seen this play some time back. NUGS mo yaw and being a bad loser, I won't how to run the democracy in but my cousin back as president-elect, which is my focus, to protect the constitution of the union. And question between a first book constitutional by say we will test the processes. It's only comfortable with BBI. I think that your Mrakwan were why the faso and Mrakwan Google.
And I'm happy to say me were former CJ back on Ewofia.
Good.
John Ewuni is a former Chief Justice of NUGS.
And I mean it is clear. You don't declare yourself or when it's to me no or be was to me no we are say or be will see when we are say. Even in our traditional settings no crap as so been is still here until to mean declare as president. So for me, I think say they mean who someone who is on a penchant or on a trail for media attention. And I have been telling the media houses that let us not fester it. Let's not mean so and nipa because imagine say to Ghana ba to na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say about no many just any to me declare me home president. That is a treasonable offense. That's a coup d'etat. In all its intents and purposes is wrong. If it's the same thing, if Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, does same too, it will be very catastrophic and chaotic. It is wrong. And if say yes, so Emma Sampany Fu, when he says so Mamma Frano, Makase, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama have been two good examples for every young person who is not comfortable with an election results.
Okay.
In 2012, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was not comfortable with the results. He went into the legal battle. In 2020, when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was not comfortable, and also called the legal battle. I am not against anybody calling up the elections for whatever allegations they have. I am not against it. Many John say you better test your democratic principles in your processes. But I believe that constitution requires a certain set of processes. Processes no enough. That is why there are external courts.
Okay,
you follow it.
And another matters to deal with within my union nankasa. Now, my concern pani is identity association and a union.
Basically, one of the key things, your motto is that education should be a right but not a privilege.
Okay.
And for me as president-elect, it's in tandem with my vision. Say, Yabeka Sama, every single student from crèche to the PhD level.
From crèche
to
PhD level.
Everyone who's a student.
Okay.
It's our job and it's our responsibility to speak for these students.
Do you think in times past, union or advocacy for students, advocacy for enkwala disuniya for empaying for disuniya for from the crèche level, okra de wako beyond everything according to a crèche, but who believe we say the National Union of Ghana students more yes idea no?
Mr. Speaker, I is that we've not been 100%, but
for how many years now?
We are
100%.
We are about 56 years. Even beyond that,
but 56 years, Ghana is about 64 years, right? You are almost getting at par with the nation.
With the republic.
Yes, with the republic. And then the union cannot boast. Say in times past, must stand independently, devoid of partisan politics.
I think say Mr. Speaker. We've done it over and over again. Mr. Speaker, 499 students here at law school who were not PhD. NUGS and ability advocacy to ensure that they are admitted. NSSI ekoso my way a NUGS a brainchild. Gets fund a support a lot of students. A NUGS a brainchild. There are a lot of times utility bill and pass it on to investors.
Yes,
NUGS
students to pay.
I mean, what I am saying is that we have been on the side of students fighting. We have had our challenges. They said every other organization want the challenges. I mean, we are sure, says Mr. Speaker, Ufia cramp Ufia. And you be a now share a Kessben. In the same vein, the National Union of Ghana students and so any challenges. But what is important to me as president-elect is the kind of vision that I'm entering this office into, the kind of direction that I want to move the union into. Because in our widow's might, every single student must be heard. Within the next 12 months, Mr. Speaker, I'm sure after handing over, how we can shape the dialogue on the student loan scheme, how we can shape the dialogue on the issues of infrastructure deficit in the training colleges of education. Okobebiti said GovCo, Peki College of Education, how infrastructure deficit or very appalling. This is my focus. This is my concern. Innovative ways of improving our education. Maybe it's a NUGS Appiah making one and say we need to develop an application system where students can receive counseling, where students can access resource materials, past questions, textbooks, even in a digital space where they do not have to spend so much. That is the kind of vision I am coming into office with. It is not to say me as NUGS president, may they heaven beba, we won't be perfect. They will have challenges with me, but there is one thing that is sure and one thing that I've committed myself to. Say every student or Ghana, from Axim to Boko to Wenchi, every part of this country, yen as a union, you bet me a banoda for and a spokesperson for every single student. Say no man koya, you bet me a buy at Sanase. In doing this, no, and not just here baby didn't for them. It is wrong.
Okay.
There is a new meaning to aluta continua.
Okay.
Yendiatem, but still I no when your resource. That is the kind of vision I am coming into office with.
Okay. My time needs so I know say more membership, from the institutions, you have some private institutions as part of NUGS na Nkasa Union no. What do you intend to do? At the end of union no be your henceforth. At the other private institutions in the country. It looks as if say one more complaining too much.
So may born to anomon make a baby me person establish the private institution integration scheme. Peace. What that will be doing is that private institutions seems not to be the focus of everybody. As a say it will be personal business no. But the statistics shows that without a private sector, a buying organ intimate run education. From the basic to the university level. Private sector has been a savior. It is a minyamisika na me say abayjuma oye no ontimi nye nyina na me koma akobwana. I think say a fair say empono nke ebe so yasen. One, sir, level of taxation say industry ni no crampon. See ehwe hu di nkomo. Is there a way we can have a conversation and ensure that the tax level on private institutions in education sector is further lessened? Say for my scientists to build a more. Say there be at the end of the day no, there will be some sort of cushioning. In fact, if you to say training institutions, higher level institutions, meaning say opportunities back for public institutions. I believe so was it's a because private institution. The entire serious and it must be looked at is that say you can say young crown na say okay, conditions are not favorable. If we are living the scene, I'm telling you, speaker, sustain education in Ghana. Mimi believes that the private institution integration scheme now, my person Ministry of Education, EGS, by partner, near Sheikh Mwasema, can set a platform to collate grievances of private institutions near your address on. It is very important to me because it is a savior and a timely intervention to support private institutions. If you private institution, and this is my second private university I'm attending. After attending it, I know very well say the difference between private universities and public universities is very vast. It's very vast in terms of everything, tuition, facilities, opportunities, and all that. It is as soon as possible. No, you treating it as an bill. Nyina yedi ho be boom na aban ebe hwe na mwe PSA dem private institutions bia no or dem na me tie common on the placement and all that. I think say even as a union, one of the things that I will be committed to leaving this room is to quickly gather the necessary facts about the placement and the grievances of the private institution. Dr. Hildane, Professor Dati, Monasia, Ashe Huasamaka, how best we can address these grievances and assure our private institutions that they are not in anyone's books to be maligned or sidelined.
Okay. That is Medase. Now, I can see what is Dennis Appiah Larbi. My goodness, Mr. President, we shall go far with the union with you leading the ship. I know they are Alita continua. I understand that particular phrase. Honorable Ayariga Francis said about or say wisdom is dropping. Okay. Francis and those Dennis, our last hope for NUGS and what they Abba. And a lot of messages coming in for you. Solid guy, we are hungry for your service. That is what we require as a student front. Kweku Eddie Abba was a good morning speaker. I'm Boache Peter inside the University of Education. Please, I want you to know. I want to know why the government has not posted. The government has not posted EUW students. Okay. Government then posted more encohefa. Rabo Yariga Makai message, you know. Dada. And see, those are a couple of messages for you. But finally, your words with the Bema student 81 open. Let me breno. And Sheda and also and me do basi but kakra be kadiatre student are 80 across the country. Anytime be I benya or BM no we will really go into matters na afiyet me din komo ye.
Mr. Speaker, me da bebre 14th of April and swearing in which will be officiated by a high court judge. Metron Sadia and all students across the country. It will be at the National Theatre. Going forward, no, Mr. Speaker, I think sir, as a school for one, initiate Sanahoma partisanship and as obi a oyɛ na man yourself ɛma ɔno ne selfish interest in tino ɔka sɛ machim anaasɛ mete me ho anaasɛ weyɛ me sei at the end of the day sɛ asono mmienu ko wɔ soro a ɛyɛ nhoma na ɛwɔ aseɛ no na ɛden ehunu amane deɛ mahu so is that political parties ni bebree ayɛ ɔmo hinta dua akyire wɔkɔhyɛ akyire no wɔ so na asɛn at the end of the day our unity is the only thing we have. The 10 million students of this country must focus their mind on building a student front that represents everybody. And in my bits and pieces, I am committed to this. Let us be united in our quest for students' rights in this country, and that is the only way out.
May I say, Dennis Appiah Larbi, NUGS president-elect. Dennis, may I say, Anope, you were signing Komo ABM.